Hello, my name is Alexander Robbins, and I'm a sophomore at University of Florida. I'm a triple major in mathematics, economics, and computer science.
And I'm Eric Schwartz. I'm a freshman also at University of Florida, and I'm a double major in math and economics.
And this is QuantQuest. Now, I go to a large SEC school, so most of my friends have more money in Kalshi and Polymarket than they do in their actual investment portfolio. And that's not ideal. So the purpose of QuantQuest is to bring the gamification of Kalshi and Polymarket and the competitive aspects into the investment industry. So let's jog into our demo account.
Home screen, this replicates the functionality of your standard brokerage account with an actual investment portfolio and then a separate checking account for holding cash. I mean, you can deposit, or can deposit $1,000 into the portfolio here. It runs the transaction, and then from here, all the transactions are verified on Solana's blockchain, and you can see a breakdown of your holdings and the various asset allocations between the strategies that we offer. So here it's split between sectors, strategies, and safeties. And this is already doing significantly more than your standard brokerage layout, like, say, Schwab. And due to the transactions all being logged on Solana's blockchain, everyone's financial activity is public, which allows us to have a leaderboard, which goes through all of the accounts and shows who has had the best return, their investment. This is all time, and this is daily. And that leads us to the competitions.
Under the competition sections, we have four different types of competitions. Or sorry, three. We have ranked, historical, and live. Now, live competitions are the most simple of them. They just go for 1 week, 1 month, 3 months. You can create any competition, test, and you'll have a code copied that you can join, invite your friends to join through the Join tab. Then you can go through historical events where you can enter into different historical financial situations, such as the COVID-19 crash, 2008 financial crisis, and you can actually compete for a week within their market and see how good your trading strategies work. Now, this is truly unique because many investors don't have an opportunity to ever really stress test their investment strategies. But you get to go back in time and test in these really, really unique market opportunities and see how your investment portfolio really works, or you can create a whole new one in that unique situation to see how it would work there. Plus, we also have a weekly ranked competition. Anyone can join, and then you're placed in it, and it's just weekly rankings, which is posted elsewhere within our application. Now you can see different competitions you completed in. Here's one that is active, and then here's one that we competed in recently against our friend Riley. This was in the dot-com bubble burst. It was a 7-day competition, and you can see that since we were majorly just invested in treasury bonds, our returns definitely stayed a lot higher than Riley, which was much more leaning towards tech. Now, under the investment tab, we have our three different types of investments you can have: sectors, strategies, and safe assets. Now, under sectors, we have technology, finance, energy, you name it, right? And you can click each one of these, and then you can see exactly what the daily returns are, what the year-to-date returns are, the risk level you're taking on, and what its allocation is. You can also click advanced and change what your actual allocation is, but I'll leave it as is for now. And we'll throw $100 in. You can actually see that trade verified on the blockchain over here. It'll be verified within the next 10 to 15 seconds. And then if you go back over to the investment tab, under strategies, you can see mean reversion, momentum, risk parity. And in here, we can click explain, and it'll explain these strategies to us like we're a 5-year-old. And what this was really valuable, a lot of my friends don't know what a mean reversion strategy is, nor do they have the time to go read a textbook to learn. But they can use this and live time get real data about, okay, what is my investment portfolio? How is it moving? And what am I invested in and why? And I can go over and learn, okay, what is mean reversion? What's an example of it? How can I actually explain this to my friends? Because a big part of things for me was that if I had an investment or someone else had an investment, I want to talk to them about it. I couldn't say that's dumb because that's money and that's something important. And it's really hard to be brash about things like that. But when you have the ability to have conversations and have something taught to you, it makes things 10 times easier to really learn and grow your internal knowledge. Then, and then lastly is the AI analysis. And here's where we usually exploit Gemini to the max of its abilities. So if you click run analysis, it takes in all the data of your returns, how your or how your investments have moved, and what your investments are, and it generates three different views on it: the critic, the realist, and the optimist. Wait for a second for it to load.
And rather than just being a blanket template, using Gemini, this gives you very specific advice catered exactly to how your portfolio is set up and weighted.
And the interesting thing about it is it's not just, different things you can read, but you can actually communicate with it. So if I'm going to talk to the critic, um, I disagree. I think you're wrong. It'll actually communicate back with you, argue, and defend its belief. Now, what's interesting about that is it becomes this thing where you can actually learn and have a deep conversation about what you believe. And people just don't say, oh, okay, because I've always felt when someone's talking to me about what they're investing in, I can't argue with them because that's a big part of their life. That's what they're investing in. But here's a safe space where you can learn, argue, and really build the best possible portfolio for your risk metrics and what you want. So yeah, this is QuantQuest. This is our submission for VandyHacks 12. Thank you so much for your time.